Howdy, folks. Welcome. We're doing the drywall now. Again, the wall drywall. So hopefully I'll see you guys soon when I see you. So let's go grab a piece of drywall. Let me grab everything out of my way. And everything that should be here. All right. Realign the camera. All right. Now you'll notice I have these things here. These are targets. It's a fantastic little tool. You'll notice they have these little nibs here. They go inside the sockets. They have two magnets in the boxes, the electrical boxes. They have two magnets, and it's great because what happens is then you have a target on the other side that has magnets. So after I place the drywall, I align these things, draw the square, know exactly where to cut out, and just cut it out. And then I pop this thing out. You'll see as I go along. So here's the first one. Let me see what I can do about placing it in the right spot, and then I'll be drawing the lines, etc., etc. That's exactly where I want it to be. So and there, couple there, and I forgot to mark the bottom. I've been marking them all over the place, and I forgot the first place I start. Figures, right? All right, so first thing I do is put a couple of things just presented. Then we look for our T-square. Got our T-square, we got our pencil. Every 8 inches. How's it going, folks? This is going to be, this is what I hate the worst, which is bending down. Can't stand bending down. Of course, It beats the alternative, which is the ladder. Which is worse? I know which is worse. The ladder's worse. 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, and the last one. So everything's fine, but I can't butt it up until I cut those two outlets that are behind there. Now, let me show you how I get the outlets. Let me grab my other tool, which is the locator. Now, I usually got a rough idea of where they are. They're all around the same level. And if I'm not mistaken, there it is. See, look at that. That's how the magnets work. Make sure it's somewhat aligned. Make sure my pencil is in my pocket. All right, so it's there. Sorry about that, folks. Had a quick call. All right, so I have my box marked. Now let me go to the other box, which should be around here. Ah, there it is. Okay, let's see how well this works. This is the first time I've done it this way. I really was fascinated by this tool. So now that we have our locators, and that now I'm going to get my, bear with me folks, because I'm going to get my reciprocating saw, and I've got a special cutter for it. So let me do that. Be right back in a shake. Okay, folks, now I just need my reciprocating saw. So, let me show you what I got here. I got a couple beautiful tools here. Here's one of them. You see that's a double gang. For those of you interested, here's a single gang. It's amazing. I mean, whoever came up with this, big time saver. So, well, if it works. So notice it goes on an oscillating saw, and it's got curved blades. So I place it right on the box, and it should cut theoretically. So let's find out. Now I could just grab this one and cut them, nice and quick, but well, If this is easier, then I'm definitely sticking with this. The only problem is I'm going to have to unscrew this to put this on because it's, yeah, this is not going to work. It's too big. Either that or I should nibble this thing. I don't want to break it. Figures. All right. The quick change is too big to slide in here. So let me see what I do about unscrewing it and screwing it back in, which is the only way I'm going to have to do this. Everything takes longer than it should, right? Anyway, so thus far, I've presented it in its location, aligned it, put in a few screws. I have the magnetic targets, these things, inside the boxes. And then I simply place this, the magnetic locator, marked it, and now I'm ready to cut it with these things. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do it. A lot of people, what they do is what I used to do is I used to measure exactly, where it is, drill a hole, and then use a router. And that's fast to a certain degree, but if I can get this working, this will be even faster. And certainly more convenient. I won't be routering any cables by accident. But unfortunately, I have to somehow get this on the let me go to my toolbox and grab my tools and see if I can, let me see what I need first of all. I need a pair of pliers is what I need. Or do I? Wish there was an easier way. Let's find out if there is. Well, somewhere I have another oscillating sander and one with a normal head on it, and I'll eventually get that. So I'm going to put this back on. This is a simple tool, and I'm not going to worry about the nice fancy new tool that I have that I really was looking forward to using. But well, this will work. There it is. Very Very nicely done. Now I take my thing back. There it is. Let's do the next one. That works. Okay. Let's mark the others here that we didn't mark yet. Okay, here we go, folks. Next. Okay, all except the bottom, which I'll get to, but not right now. I'm gonna have to. Well, that's the first sheet. It's a lot faster than what I was doing before. That's for sure. Now I just continue. So now I'll grab this. Put it on the next one. And the next one goes to here, so I don't need a third. Grab the next sheet of drywall, and here we go. All right. Oh yeah, folks. Sometimes it ain't easy. where is it? I don't know. I have no idea. But I've got a target on it, which means somewhere. There it is. Trying to bring you guys a little closer. Isn't that fun? Those little target things? Top's a little short. How's everybody doing out there? Some of these, I'm hitting the nail plate. So I gotta take them out. Over there. Either way, it's gonna be screwed in around the bottom. And while I'm at it, gotta tell you folks, it's kind of fun, but to a certain degree, it is time consuming, and the bending down is what I don't like. What are you gonna do? You know? What are you gonna do? Let me see what I can do about cutting the next one in a couple of pieces. I'll need a piece that's a little over 4 foot. And I think I have one. I think I actually have one. Be right back. Let me go grab my spare piece here. Let me dry fit it here to see how it fits. That is perfect. I don't have to do a thing except place my target. Here we go again with our target. Alrighty. Give you guys a little closer view of what I'm up to here. Too much to the side. Oh, well. That was a mistake. But it is what it is. Well, this is going to be a little bit of a problem, but it's bowing out a little, this particular piece of wood, but, well, what are you going to do? Oh, it's in the post. Difficult when you only have one knee to work with. That's why I was saying that's going to be a little tough later. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. That's okay. Well, we could conceivably finish this wall. You know, I mean, all we got to do is measure, cut them, and in fact, I think I'll do that. I mean, I certainly don't have anything else going up there, and these are good. Yeah, I could do that. Now, in the past, where's my Diet Coke? So, let me explain something. In the past, what I would have done was, for the top of the wall, is, you know, measured where each one is and drawn a straight line. Set the drywall on the ground. If it was a one-room job, I would probably set the drywall down, carefully measure each of the, you know, how exactly the center of each one on both sides, here and there, and draw little ticks on one side and then on the other of the wall board, and then draw the lines and exactly where the screws go. But that takes up so much time, it's easier to just put the wall board up. Once you've got like 4 or 5 screws in, then take the T-square and just mark it on up. However, in thinking about it and talking about it, hey Dave, in talking about it to you guys, I realized something. See, what I'm doing here is I'm doing 4 foot this way, and then I'm doing 5 foot this way, because the ceiling, well, 5 or 6 feet this way, because it's 10-foot ceilings, it's under 10 feet. But I could buy 10-foot boards, but they're a pain in the butt to work with, and I don't feel like, you know, dealing with them that way. This is just as simple. I could easily either mount them on my drywall lift, or I could pick it up, lean it against here, and just bring it right up. Hey, Dan, good to see you. So, since I have to cut the board anyway, I might as well place it on a couple sawhorses, cut it, and mark it while I'm there. Because, I mean, it makes absolutely no sense to have it on the sawhorses and then not take advantage of that. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the little, well, you'll see more of them, but I'm going to do the top of the wall now first. But I hope you guys enjoyed these things. I love these things. These are one of my favorite new tools now. Dan, I don't know if you were here for this earlier, but these things get inserted. These little pins here get inserted into the screw holes. They spring into the screw holes of the boxes. And you got a couple magnets here. You got an arrow pointing the right direction. And then when you're finished with it, you place the wall board temporarily, and then you put this on the outside, and this thing will tell you exactly where to mark for the box. And sure enough, it's on the money. You know, so this goes here. This goes here like so. This goes on the box. In fact, I have one still on there. And I just realized an easy way to take these off as I was talking to you guys. Let me show you if it works. Because right now I've been struggling because if you take off one side, it kind of bends the other, so it locks it into place. You got to nudge it out little by little. Well, guess what? I think I just realized something. That's one way. There we go. Yeah, that works. That works very well. Anyway, there you go. Okay, let's start doing the rest of this, namely the ones going to the top. First, we bring out our, let's go aim you guys this way since where I'm walking. I'm going to bring out my sawhorses. One. Two sawhorses. And now, the fun part. Perfect. Yeah. All right. Sorry, tripod's not exactly stable here. Okay. Grab the wonderful thing tool here. Now we need our laser measurer because, because. I'm trying to break my record to see how many square feet. Today's the first day, so today's not going to be the record. But I want to see how many square feet of wall I can do in one day. So far I've got 1, 2, 2.5 exactly. So 80 square feet. Working on the rest. So all right. So now I'm going to take my laser measure and it's 62 1/16. So I'm going to shoot for 62 might do it, but it might, I think I'm going to take off a 1/4 inch off each one, just for safety's sake. Now the 4-foot mark is right here. So see, this is 61 13/16. So 62 or 61 yeah. So on one side I've got 61 and 1/16. I'll take off. I want to take off a 1/4. So, or do I? There's the question: is how much to take off? Because I want to get it to the point where I can jam it in there and it's perfect. And I don't know how much it curves either, so. (62 1/16), and the middle would be 61 3/4. So I'm going to go to the smallest size, which is 61 3/4. And we're going to shoot for that. We're going to see if we do that. So let's do that. 61 3/4. Where's my knife? Okay, folks, now that I've misplaced my knife, I have to look for it. Or another knife similar. So I know where there's another one, so always have 2 or 3. Clean off the tip a little. Okay. I hear you. Imperial kind of bugs me too. But what are you going to do? Grew up this way, and this is what we're used to. I went way in. Rather, I went in about 16th on this, so it may not fit eventually. I may have to trim it up real well, but we'll see what happens. Okay, how far away is that? That's fine. Okay, so here we go. Nice, simple drywall job. One of millions that I've done, but it's the last one that I've done. Well, never say never, right? Never say never. Now, really, the best way to do this is from, I should have just tilted it down and bent it, but I'm tired of bending down, so. But this is not the best way to do it because, well, okay, if you got a sharp blade, it's fine. But normally you don't get a nice, you get a lot of tear out in the back if you do it this way. So I don't like doing it that way, but I do when I am on the table and don't feel like bending down. Let's just smooth this down. went a little over, like a 16th, so that's why I'm shaving a little longer than normal. Okay. Now, while I have it here, let me check my measurements. And we're looking at 16, 32, 4 feet, 64, 80. Well, when you're good, you're good. So, let's see here. That side's on the bottom. I always go 6 inches on the ends. And of course, 8 inches in the, but and of course, all along the top, 6 inches as well, and when I do this for a living, this is not, because I, as a painting contractor, I do a lot of drywall, but when I do this for a living, I don't waste my time with marking everything up. This is just because it's my house and I want it, well, not perfect, but you know, I'm only one guy. When usually I'll have one guy holding it and I'll be wham. If I miss one or two, no big deal. My guys come behind me and that's why you got guys. They pull out the nails that are not screwed in tight. There's one guy, all he does is check nails, the screws. So, you know, if it's not dimpled correctly, he fixes it. If it's in too far, he puts another one in. If it's, yeah, et cetera, et cetera. And then obviously the drywall, the compound does the rest of the work. But this time-consuming stuff, not worth it. Not worth it. All right, now I will make an attempt to put this up. And best way I know to do it is with the wonderful little tool I have. Swap this over for you guys. Yeah, thought so, but I gotta check anyway. Next time I give it a 1/4 inch each time. This has got to go considerably deeper than that side. No biggie. Fastest and easiest way to do it is with this puppy. This time I'm moving you guys first. On the money. Sorry about the noise, but I didn't want it on there until I'm sure that I got it positioned right. There's my wall. Next. Okay. One wall. Let's go to the next one. Let's see, that's 5 roughly by 4. An extra 20 has done 100. I'm keeping track of how much wall I do. Okay. $61 13/16. $61 7/8. $61 13/16. $61 13/16. 61 3/4. Okay, 61 3/4 is the smallest size, so I need to go 61 and a half would be perfect, I think. Yeah, 61 and a half is fine. Because if I go 61 and a half, I'm bound to go a 16th inch over, and then that'll be good enough. So here we go, next one. How's everybody doing out there? See, that's already written. But what are you going to do? And yes, all those other pieces, they're not waste. There's a whole section that's window section. That's just the right size for that. So there's a method to my madness. wind is kicking up. We're supposed to have a major storm coming through here at around 4 or 5. So hopefully we'll see what I get done by then. Shoot, that's 6 inches. Now, there's a reason why I'm marking these things, because there's a lot of people that are professional. Technically, I've been paid for this many times, so I'm a professional, if you want to go by that professional definition. But I know my limitations, and if I don't mark them, I tend to put way too many screws in, which is more labor intensive. And you don't really need them. In some ways, it's harmful. Because I'll put them every 3 inches. I just go crazy with that machine. Also, you know, not a good thing either. All right, folks, let's try this one for size. On for size. So here we go. And up we go. That's that one. Guess I could take the old I was gonna say save a little time with the bench thing, but then I'd have to be climbing. I'd rather just, I could take the lift and just lift and scoot them up from there, scoot them out from there. They're perfectly fine right now. Go to the next one. Okay. 61 7/8. 62. 61 15/16. 62 1/4. Ooh, this is a big difference, but I think 61 3/4, except let me check this side, but yeah, 61 3/4 should do it on this one. This one's a little bit more than the last one. The last one I got enough to play with, so yeah, 61 3/4. It all gets covered up with tape and compound, so I'm not worried. Not particularly great for the shoulder, but hey, Andrew, good to see you. That screw gun is definitely a plus. Imagine having to stick my fingers in my pockets like the old days, and first of all come out with a bunch of holes in my hands because I go to grab for it, and sometimes they're a little more sharp than I expected. And then, I mean, I was quick, just whoop, 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 but still, wah, 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 it's a lot to, love the sound effects, don't you? It's just a lot faster. So Andrew, when are you going to be in the area? When are you going to swing by? I'd love for you to see the place that you, amongst a few others, have helped me with and done so much work with. It is because of Andrew that my roof is, partially because of Andrew and Jason that my roof is nice and solid on the house. Let's put it this way. It's definitely because of them that my soffit is so straight. Because if I had to undo those things and move them back and forth, they got the soffits where they're perfectly aligned. Because Andrew and his buddy Jason, if you look back on some of the videos I have, and by the way, I'll be redoing all the videos after the build. And the videos, Andrew and Jason were on each end of aside from helping me with the steel building, and Andrew's been cutting trees with me for a while, and bamboo. No, aside from all of that, they really helped me when I had to put the trusses up. You can't do trusses by yourself. So basically, they were on each ladder on each side. I had to go up the middle. That was the hard part because I had to climb 27 steps. However, while that was the hard part, but not the most important part, because the most important part was what they were doing, which is aligning on both sides the trusses so that the peaks, the soffits, the tails went out exactly 1 foot on each side, because the last thing I need is a soffit that goes wavy or that I have to cut down to 8 inches because that happens to be the shortest one. And then on the other one, it's 1.5 feet, not to mention the roof would be so skewed because remember, you got the truss lands in a specific place. If one is like this and one is like this, and then the next one's like this, then I've got a wavy roof on my hands. That's it was an extremely important job. Now, granted, I went after and I spent the next 2 weeks aligning everything. I mean, on the inside, I was moving trusses this way, left. They go this way. I was moving them over, an inch or two. They were all crooked, so I had to straighten them all out with wood and stuff. But the edges, the soffits, I didn't have to move the entire truss, sliding it one way or another, which is a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. Yeah, I would love for you to swing by. Definitely, definitely. I mean, well, my family and I live here now, so it's yeah, that roof was a long day. And to top it all off, first of all, I'd like to hands off. First of all, hands off to Andrew because it's like I owe him big time labor wise, and well, friends are friends. They do stuff for each other all the time without anything, without a thank you or anything, but thank you. And hats off to Jason because I don't know this guy. This guy is a friend of Andrew's, and Andrew just said, "Hey, come on by, give me a hand." And this man, he came in, his leg, he was in a cast. His leg was a little wonky, and Sorry about that, folks. My apologies. I'm on the phone, and every time I get a phone call, it's the same thing. And there's a few people that I let through here, which is my family. So, okay, so here we go. We were saying, oh yeah. So to continue what I was saying, Jason went above and beyond, and I mean, he had a cast. His foot was sore that day. He's met me once before then. I mean, once or twice. He's fantastic. I mean, he's truly a giver. I truly appreciate that. Always will. Anyway, so smooth this out, and now let's mark it up so we can get the next one on. This is 11 1/4, 1832. And of course, the last one. So, yeah, so that was one heck of a fun time. Fun, but difficult. See, now, folks, I got to tell you, it's always worth putting in the extra effort to do the job as properly as possible. And what I mean by that is, right now, I haven't had a single problem putting in screws. The walls are straight, they're not wonky or anything. I don't have to mark both sides and draw a line in between them. I don't have to worry about any curved pieces of wood. Bowed, well, there are a couple, but that's the price I pay for using pressure-treated wood instead of dried lumber. And I knew that was the risk. Because what happens is when you use pressure-treated lumber, it tends to curve in different directions. You try to put the curve in the same place when you're making the walls, but sometimes you can't always do that, So there may be a couple of walls that I have to shim and compensate for. But I'm not worried about bugs or moisture now at this point, because everything below 10 feet is treated with boring, is good to go, as they say. Solid. So, but what I was getting at is the walls. I haven't had any issue, and these are the kind of things that you gotta take into account if you start slapping together something half then you're gonna end up paying the price later. Once or twice I was a little tired, and I go, you know what? Let me just do it this way. I'm tired. Boom, and then I had to come back. And I pay for it later because it's 2 or 3 times as much time to fix something than it is to do it on the spot. And one thing you gotta be aware of when you're doing the walls, I'm layering one side and everything before I do the second part of the wall. Before I do the second part of the wall, the other half, before I close it in, always make sure, for one thing, that you don't have to leave any tools inside, like this that was laying on the wall, So I always check for tools before I lay each one in. But not only tools, it's make sure you're not missing cables. Make sure you don't, oh boy, I forgot to put this cable in. Now, how am I going to get it through there? Well, you got to get it through there the old-fashioned way, which is you got to crawl into the attic. You got to drill a hole in the middle of the stud. You got to feed it down. You got to open a hole in your drywall and search for the cable and bring it down. And then you got to break it through the stud, which means another big hole. No, it's again something that could be so simple as just feed the wire. You know, if you I'm talking about like low voltage. Cat 5 or the other. I hope you have all your electrical in and properly stapled by now, because that's something that's anyway. And if any of my friends are interested in learning about this stuff and you want to hang out for a day or a weekend, let me know. Now, obviously, I say friends, not people that I don't know. I don't want to strangers in the house, clearly. But, better off this, and this. Okay, now this one. And I got that setting. Okay. Next one's going up. Now, a few of the things you gotta keep in mind is, like, right now, some things go through my head. For instance, I've got 4 screws left on the strip in the gun. The last thing I want to do is run out of screws and only have 4 on the bottom, and the whole thing tips over, and I can't leave it to. Remember, when you're one person, you got to think ahead of everything. So I'm going to put a brand new strip in there. I'll use the 4 screws after. They'll be. And that's the other thing. I didn't have a strip anywhere near me. That's the other thing you need to have is you need to have all your supplies handy. And I could say the same thing if I was wearing a tool belt. Imagine if I only had 2 screws in my belt, and all of a sudden I'm out of screws. Well, the only alternative is to either risk the board falling or rip it off and worry about the holes you made with the 2 screws later. Now, I don't think I need it would be a lot easier with the machine, but yeah, I might as well. It's really a lot easier with this handle on this thing. All I really gotta do is this. Ugh. Luckily, 4 screws is really all you need. Maybe even less. less, but. Something jammed up in here. Okay, next one. I don't mind telling you guys, my shoulder's on fire. Try it a different way. I won't do it that way again. All right. Everything's 62 1/4. So 62 would be perfect for this one. How's everybody doing out there? $16, 24 and a half, 32 and a half. 16, 24 and a half, 53/8. 16. 24 and a half, 32 3/8. Okay, here comes the next one, folks. Next. I'm gonna finish this wall up on this side and then go in for a bit. Because I am getting a little tired, need a break, and I haven't had breakfast. So there is that. We're ready. Oh. Okay, folks. I'm gonna take a break, so I'll catch you guys later. And got one wall done here. Actually, I may just let me get up there and finish it. Might as well. I got the tools. Here we go. Let's do the top. Down. All right. All righty. Whew. Well, all done, all the way up to there. So we have $32. We got 10 each. So 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 and 3, 60, 110, 120. Sweet, folks. We did about 120 square feet. We'll do more, but right now it's time I have some breakfast. I haven't had breakfast yet. What time is it? It's 1 o'clock. Okay, time for breakfast or whatever. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.